Good morning. Before we begin with our celebration, Dr. Margie Schultz, Nursing Director and Chair, will perform the National Anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Dr. Schultz. Welcome, students, members of the Gateway Community College family, parents, spouses, partners, children, and friends to Gateway Community College's 52nd commencement ceremony. Out of all 52 commencement ceremonies, this marks the first that will be held in a fully virtual capacity. We want to thank our students, faculty, and staff for making this event possible and for making Gateway an excellent institution. We come together today to celebrate more than 1,600 students who have completed and are eligible to graduate from degree and/or certificate programs. I want to begin by thanking the members of the graduation committee, Dr. Joseph Swaba as our outgoing Faculty Senate President, and other contributors to this year's commencement ceremony. I'm Dr. Amy Diaz, Interim President of Gateway Community College. At this time, I'd like to recognize our distinguished academic and administrative leaders that are joining me today. Dr. Tom Narini, Governing Board Member, Dr. Stephen Gonzalez, Interim Chancellor of Maricopa County Community Colleges, Ms. Kathy Patterson, Respiratory Care Faculty, and Dr. Stephanie Polliard, Interim Vice President of Academic Affairs. I'd also like to introduce our faculty chairs, Dr. Margie Schultz, Nursing, Monica Wadsworth-Seibel, Allied Health, Jeannie Dial, MyCaps, Dr. Craig Urbanski, Industrial Technology, Doug Walker, Math and Science, Susan Mills, Arts, Humanities, and Social and Behavioral Sciences, Shannon McGrath, Literacy, Languages, and Literature, Annette Torrey-Banks, Business and Information Technology, Beth Malapanis, Library, Frank Zamora, Counseling, and Dr. Joseph Swaba, Faculty Senate President. I would be remiss not to mention other leaders who have helped foster the environment of success we have here at Gateway. Dr. Yanni Vasilou, Vice President of Student Affairs, Tony Asti, Vice President of Administrative Services, Dr. Jonathan Paver, Dean of Liberal Arts and Learning Support, Ms. Laura Timmons, Dean of Nursing and Healthcare, Dr. Stephen Meneses, Dean of Business, Technology, and Trades, Therese Brown, Dean of Student Affairs, and Stacy Boyd, principal of the Gateway Early College High School. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2021, and welcome to the beginning of a new chapter of your life. We are here this morning to honor your accomplishments and your dedication to creating a successful future. We are all very proud of you for recognizing the significance of higher education. At this time, I would like to welcome our distinguished guest, Dr. Tom Narini, Governing Board member, to come up and say a few words of encouragement.
Hi, I'm Dr. Tom Narini from the Maricopa Community College Governing Board. And on behalf of the Maricopa Community College Governing Board, congratulations, class of 2021. Or should I say, class of 2020C. Because what you've done this year in graduating is nothing short of remarkable. Even in the best of times, many students who start college never finish. And we can all agree this is anything but the best of times. For many of you, more than half your college education has happened through Zoom calls, WebEx, or Campus Canvas. It's probably very different than what you expected your college education to be, yet you persisted. You persisted when you had to learn online, when you had to teach your kids or your friends how to learn online. You persisted through connectivity issues, bad internet connections, through dropped calls and muted mics. And when the whole IT system shut down, you still persisted. You persisted when you were sick, or those around you were sick, or even worse. You persisted when your friends took a semester off, or when someone in your family lost their job, or maybe when you lost your job. You persisted when you thought you couldn't persist, yet you dug down deep and found a hidden reserve of strength and fortitude you never knew you had. And now you're ready to graduate. You're ready for your next adventure because you did persist, and you refused to let the trials of this past year or so stop you. Because you persisted and overcame these trials, you were more ready for your future than any other graduating class before you. The diploma you receive today will tell the world what you've learned here at Gateway Community College, but more importantly, it'll remind you of what you've learned about yourself. That no matter what life throws at you, what roadblocks or obstacles are put in your way, you will go around them, over them, or straight through them because you are the class of 2020C and nothing will stop you. So, as a Maricopa Community College graduate myself, and on behalf of the Maricopa Community College Governing Board, let me be the first to welcome you to the Maricopa Community College alumni family. Thank you.
Hello, graduating class of 2021. My name is Marie Sullivan, and I am your current Governing Board President. It is my pleasure to deliver this congratulatory message to you on behalf of the Maricopa Community College's Governing Board. Though graduation this year looks different than those in years past, your achievement, which we acknowledge and honor today, is still the same. You have put in the same hard work, given the same dedication, and made the same commitment as others who have gone before you. You have learned and grown so much. We recognize that it hasn't been easy, but here we are. I and my board colleagues are very proud of each of you. As Michelle Obama once said, you should never view your challenges as a disadvantage. Instead, it is important for you to understand that your experience facing and overcoming adversity is actually one of your biggest advantages. So class of 21, you met the challenges of the last year, almost 2 years, head on. You have strived and you have prevailed. There will be ups and there will be downs ahead of you. There may be harder challenges to overcome, but you have proven that your tenacity and willpower are irrevocable. Please remember that as long as you believe in yourself, find others to believe in you as we have believed in you during your time with us. You are an unstoppable force. You will succeed. Today is a measure of your success. Congratulations.
Thank you to Dr. Narini and several governing board members for being with us virtually to celebrate. Next, I would like to introduce the person's shoes who I am filling on an interim basis, and that's Dr. Stephen Gonzalez, Interim Chancellor for Maricopa Community Colleges.
Hello, I'm Dr. Stephen Gonzalez, Interim Chancellor of the Maricopa Community College District, and I am honored to join you in celebrating our 2021 graduating class. Commencement celebrations are among my favorite events of the year, as they provide an opportunity to honor our students for their outstanding academic achievements and dedication to higher education. I could not be more proud to deliver this message on behalf of our system. This year's graduates have been incredibly resilient, overcoming obstacles associated with COVID-19 and still continuing to prioritize their education. At the Maricopa Community Colleges, we are committed to establishing our students as indispensable assets to our local workforce, providing opportunities to help our students thrive after graduation. Approximately 90% of our graduates stay in Maricopa County after exiting our system, helping bolster the economic output of our state by contributing their skills and talents to our local workforce. We are honored to have played a role in your academic journeys and look forward to seeing how your future success benefits our community. Take a moment to recognize this amazing milestone and make sure to thank the people in your support system for helping you get here. Each and every one of you should be incredibly proud of the hard work you have shown in achieving this major educational goal, which will serve as a guide to help you navigate your future endeavors. Again, my sincerest congratulations to our 2021 graduating class. As you navigate your journey forward, continue to embody the spirit of the Maricopa Colleges and the values that have been instilled in you through faculty and staff of our district. Your success is the greatest achievement of our system. Please know that you will always be a part of our Maricopa family. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Gonzalez. Graduates, we commend you on your outstanding achievements. As I look at the list of graduates, I see such promise for the future. I also see strength, resiliency, and perseverance. All of you have a unique story about your ability to pursue your dreams through higher education at Gateway Community College, all while in the midst of a global pandemic. The last year and a half has been challenging for many of us, but you have persevered, no matter what obstacles have been placed before you or personal losses you may have experienced. This class will have the resolve to face and solve the challenges of tomorrow. Please note the international flags displayed behind me. There are about 46. At least 42 of those countries represent where some of our students are from. In addition to having students attending Gateway from all over the world, we also have students from all walks of life and all ages. I'm proud to say we are one of the most diverse community colleges in the Maricopa Community College system. We are not only rich in culture, but our program offerings are quite diverse. We offer trade and technical training, professional and technical education, and university transfer programs. We have a children's learning center and an early college high school. And this past year, we opened our new 18th Street location and expanded our Southwest Skills Center. You could say our diverse program offerings show no signs of slowing down. But what we do is all about our students, and we recognize our students come to us from many different paths. While their stories are different, they have one resounding theme: perseverance. Like Katherine Watson, a mom of two and a veteran. While she was completing our respiratory care program, she found out she was expecting her third child and gave birth, all while maintaining excellent grades and finishing her degree. And Jared Reeder, a graduate of our CNC precision machining program. His perseverance is amazing, traveling from Flagstaff each week to attend the program, always arriving an hour early and being the last to leave. All of this while having limited funds to make this happen. We have students like Stacy Martinez, an adult student working on her second career. Just prior to her final semester of the respiratory program, Stacy's daughter got very sick with COVID, and she made the difficult decision to step out for one semester for her care. She rejoined a later semester and successfully finished the program. And there's Abigail Lopez, a student who originally was not going to attend the medical assistant program because of the expense of buying books. But a former teacher saw her potential and generously paid for the books out of his own pocket. These students and so many others graduating today give new meaning to the term Gateway Strong. We also have students graduating from a program at Gateway called Year Up. This program is an intensive one-year program that combines skill development and internships at some of America's top companies. The program allows for students to gain experience and an education to help them launch their careers in information technology or business operations. To the students from Year Up, we recognize your incredible achievement. In addition, participating in our ceremony are 10 students who are celebrating the completion of a certificate from First Place, a training and housing program for adults with autism. Gateway hosts First Place's life skills training classes on our Washington Street campus. Finally, we cannot forget our high school students who will be graduating from Gateway Early College High School and Gateway Community College concurrently. This morning, there are 23 outstanding high school students graduating with their associate degrees. And in a few weeks, they will be graduating from high school. The students graduating today are part of an elite class and have earned scholarships totaling more than $300,000. Many have applied and have been accepted to one of the state universities in the fall, with one of our high school students being accepted to Princeton with a full ride scholarship. I'd like to recognize these amazing students individually. Ramon, Ulysses, Abdaharam, Kevin, Katina, Jennifer, Adrian, Jacqueline, Zachariah, Karen, Jessica, David, Flora, Pablo, Jessica, Angel, Malachi, Kevin, Brandon, and Myra. Many of these students have faced incredible adversities and have chosen to pursue a path where they will be able to make a difference, whether it's to help their families or the lives of others. Students like Zachariah Mohamud, our first high school student to attend Princeton. One of Zachariah's future goals is to use his education to return to his home country of Somalia and help the citizens of that country rise up out of poverty by creating new economic and educational opportunities. A big dream from a bright mind with an even bigger heart. Overcoming obstacles, staying the course, and achieving success in the face of adversity. Please join me in congratulating this incredible class of graduates. Today, you are among the many Gateway students that have achieved your goal. In a day and time when almost 1/5 of college students leave school after the first year, and just over half of all students entering college finish with a degree, you have beat those odds. Wherever your future takes you, employment or pursuing additional education, everyone you encounter will see your perseverance, your motivation, and your drive to succeed, both academically and professionally. You have witnessed some challenging times during your tenure at Gateway. We hope you will let us know where you land by keeping in touch with your faculty, instructors, and our Alumni Association. I know you didn't reach this pinnacle without support. Achieving a college degree while still meeting everyday life demands can be a tough road, and having someone by your side to support you in your future is invaluable. I also would like to recognize and thank all that have assisted and guided you. First, I would like to recognize the amazing faculty and instructors of Gateway. Graduates, you have had the opportunity to learn from the most qualified and student-centered faculty and instructors in all of Maricopa. Second, you have likely interacted with our caring and dedicated staff throughout your time with us. From the enrollment center to student life, to advising and tutoring, and even our maintenance and grounds crew, I know you've met some awesome people during your time at Gateway. Additionally, we have families, friends, and mentors that are with us virtually who have supported and guided our graduates along the way, too. We can all learn a great lesson from these graduates here today. With determination and resolve, we can achieve our goals and live our dreams. Now, without our faculty and instructors, we would not be able to do what we do on a daily basis. So I invite respiratory care faculty, Ms. Kathy Patterson, to share faculty remarks. This will be Kathy's last commencement at Gateway as she plans to retire.
Thank you, Dr. Diaz. Congratulations, Gateway graduates, and greetings. I'm so proud of all of you. I'm Kathy Patterson. I'm a registered respiratory therapist with the Respiratory Care Program. My respiratory students call me Mrs. Patterson. On behalf of the Faculty Association, I'm honored to be here and represent the faculty as a whole. Naturally, I must speak from my experience. And fellow faculty have shared their experiences, and they're very much the same. They're all very proud of you graduates. So I thank you graduates for your hard work and your dedication during a time that, to say the least, has been a time of uncertainty. Many of you suffered personal losses, and the stress brought on by this pandemic was beyond what I have seen in the 14 years here at Gateway and the 30 years at the hospital prior to that. Yet I was amazed at how you handled not only keeping yourself on track, but you also help the community in which you live. And I know this because we have a certain requirement in our program referred to as service learning. And that was interrupted by the pandemic. I told graduates to write those papers anyway. I told them to write those papers about their community. The healthcare factor was out the window, but write something. And I was humbled by what I read. They wrote about driving neighbors who were afraid to take public transportation to appointments. They took others grocery shopping. They interpreted at doctor's offices for community members. And one actually organized an educational session about COVID at their church because they knew people were afraid. That's only a small part, only what I know. Every other week, ongoing, I do see Student Life's Food Distribution Center with St. Mary's Food Bank on campus, that partnership. And our nursing students, I know, are going out and administering vaccines. Our college loaned ventilators that students used in the classroom to local hospitals. And so I would like to say that our students are the leaders that I am proud to leave in charge of our world as I retire this year. Faculty and staff work together in all the areas to prepare the students to graduate. And we hear this feedback from our students. An assignment like service learning is looked at from an arts and humanities rubric. We look at that perspective, and English and math are something that has to be utilized, and it's crucial to their success as they communicate and perform calculations necessary for mechanical ventilation in my field. Resources of counseling, the Learning Center, Library, and Career Center are available to help them get to the degree completion so that they may do whatever productive work that they are pursuing. But graduates, you did the work. You did it. You had to do the work, and you did it. I am blessed to see it all come together as you put your hearts and your souls into the preparation for your future, yet found the time to serve your community and support each other. I've seen that too. You, family, friends, don't understand how greatly you contribute to their success. Thank you, children, mom, dad, sisters, brothers, partners, and friends. You make a difference when you cheer them on. Graduates, never stop learning. All people can grow older, but it takes effort to grow better. Use your joy from within to keep you moving in a positive direction. Learning is not only formal, and I don't know in what form learning will come to you, but embrace it. Take the chance to do more, learn life's lessons, and teach others along the way. Have fun, and others will enjoy it too. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Patterson. Now I'm pleased to introduce Wawa Diamond, whose family had to flee their village in Burma, and after living in a refugee camp for many years, ended up coming to Arizona and has successfully completed the physical therapy assisting degree. Today, he will share how Gateway has made a difference in his life. Please welcome Wawa Diamond.
Good morning, and thank you, Dr. Diaz and Dr. Norini. I'm honored and excited to be with all my classmates in a virtual commencement ceremony today. It's a huge achievement for me to be invited to this special day and share my congratulations with you. We're not able to celebrate this day together with our fellow classmates or teachers in person due to COVID-19, but we are able to join in life, which is still very special. We all have been through difficult time in the past year, yet today we are graduating because we work hard through certain times. I want to say congratulations to all of you for earning your associate degree or certificate. To those of you who may be trying to place my accents, I'm Karen, one of the ethnic groups from Burma, now known as Myanmar. I was born in Doa district. When I was 5, my family and I had to flee our peaceful village because the Burmese government, the Burmese army, were on its way to kill people and destroy our village. I do not remember much of what happened, but what I remember was that my feet were hurting a lot because we had to walk day after days and without having shoes. My family and I stayed in the jungle for a couple months before we made it to the refugee camp in Thailand. And many people, including children, women, did not survive, and they had been killed, raped, and tortured by the Burmese military. And I believe that I survived so that I can speak for them. Some of you may know about what's going on right now in Myanmar because of the coup. More than 700 protesters, including civilians, children, women, many young people have been killed because they long and serve for the freedom. And it has been the longest civil war and stretches more than 3 generations, including my grandparents, my parents, and me. I lived in Tamil refugee camp in Thailand for 10 years. Life in the refugee camp was very difficult. But we were glad that we were safe and our basic needs were met, even though some days we may not have enough to eat. And also there were no electricity, no technology, or clean drinking water. But I did enjoy living and grow up in the refugee camp because I was able to go to school and get a basic education. And after school, we were able to go out and play soccer with my friends, which was very enjoyable. And I enjoyed going to school, and I dreamed that one day when I grew up, I could help people who are suffering. And in the refugee camp, I saw many people get sick and die because they did not have access to professional health care. And that made me incredibly sad. And I promised myself that someday I would be able to work in a field that I could help others. And I never thought that I would get to come to the United States, but when I was 15, my family and I immigrated to Arizona from the refugee camp. And when I first arrived here, I have experienced a mixture of feeling, happiness, as well as anxiety. And it was very challenging to adjust to a new culture, a new country, where everything is totally different, especially the language. On our first day, I remember when I was looking at the microwave, and I thought it was a TV. But later I found out we used it to heat up the food. Life in the United States offered me a lot of freedom and opportunities compared to my life in the refugee camp. There was nothing more than survival. I started college in 2011. I just could not figure out what I wanted to do. I kept taking many classes. I failed a few classes and keep switching my major until I transferred the age to 17. And even after I finished at ASU, I still could not figure out what I want to focus on my career. And in 2008, I found out about the program at Gateway, and I applied. And for the second time I applied, I was admitted to the program. And it was a dream come true for me. During my time here, I have utilized many resources in campus, from enrollment services, from campus safety and learning center, bookstore, all the resources I could get here on campus. I felt that the staff were very friendly and easy to work with. And my programs, professors are the most supportive and helpful professors I have had in my college experience. They provide much more than just education, classroom education. I also enjoy my time here at campus by participating in campus activity and as well as enjoy learning and growing as an individual. As a first-generation college student and growing up not knowing English, the PTA program was extremely difficult for me, and I was tempted to give up many times, but I will forever regret it if I did. And during my times in college, I experienced embarrassment, fear, reluctance, and uncertainty because my language hurdles. But I also experienced great joy and triumphs as well. I learned to take the risk and keep learning by not making excuses, regardless of the disadvantage from my past. And we may not be able to do many great things, but we all can do small things to make someone's day better. That's what Gateway has done for me. I want to recognize my outstanding PTA professors who are not only at Gateway to teach, but they care about us as students, and they want us to succeed in life. Thank you, Mr. Zawicki, Ms. Safa, Dr. G. James, Ms. Badal, Ms. Tillium. I may be leaving Gateway after this, but I will always remember you and what you have done for me. And also, I want to thank a teacher who I met when I was in high school. Thank you, Mr. Epsai, for helping, mentoring, and tutoring me with my English since I was in high school. Without a doubt, I could not have done this without you. And also, I want to thank my wife, my sisters, and my brothers, church leaders, and many other people who have supported me with my education journey. And finally, I want to thank my mom, my dad. Even though they do not speak English or know anything about college, they have always been there for me and supported me emotionally, financially. And as my wish was to be able to help people and give back to my community when I grew up, I am convinced that physical therapy will help me accomplish my dreams and my goals. I hope the degree or certificate you earn today will help you achieve yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Wawa. I'm happy you chose Gateway for your educational path in life. I look forward to hearing all about the wonderful things you accomplish. At this time, please welcome Dr. Stephanie Pollard, our Interim Vice President of Academic Affairs.
Thank you, Dr. Diaz. I'm Dr. Stephanie Polliard, the Interim Dean of Academic Affairs. On behalf of the faculty and administration, it gives me great pleasure to present the graduating class of 2021 and acknowledge that they have completed all the requirements for their certificate and degrees. At this time, we will announce the graduates in alphabetical order.
Ambio Abdi, Associate in Applied Science.
To my family, my husband, my mother, my siblings, I love you guys so much. My baby, thank you, I love you guys. Class of 2021, we did it.
Abdi Rahman Aiden, Associate in Arts. Nargiz Agajanian, Certificate of Completion. Jose Aldavera, Certificate of Completion. Buffy Allen, Associate in Applied Science. Leslie Almanza, Certificate of Competency. Annette Alvarez Valencia, Associate in Applied Science. Nyla Anderson, Associate in Science. Kathleen Anderson, Certificate of Competency. Obina Anaguang, Certificate of Completion. Carlos Apodaca, Associate in Arts. Vincent Apolinar, Certificate of Competency. Giselle Araujo Lopez, Certificate of Competency. Sulema Ariano, Associate in Applied Science. Erica Ariano Zamora, Associate in Applied Science. Sergio Arias, Certificate of Completion. Jessica Arizmendi Ayala, Certificate of Completion. Melinda Arietta, Certificate of Completion. Adriana Avila, Certificate of Competency. Mary Jane Aviles, Associate in Arts. Erica Vidia, Associate in Applied Science. William Ayon, Certificate of Completion. Halima Ba, Associate in Applied Science. Aspen Bailey, Certificate of Completion. Tally Balcom, First Place. Lade Bora Bankhead, Certificate of Competency. Vanessa Barbosa, Associate in Applied Science. Anita Barraza, Certificate of Competency.
I'd like to thank my children, my Nana, my mom, and everybody who stood next to me before, during, and after this journey.
Nicole Barthel, Associate in Applied Science. Monique Batty Freeman, Associate in Science. Marissa Beadle, Associate in Applied Science. Madison Beekhurst, Associate in Applied Science. Sonia Marie Bean, Associate in Arts. Gentry Beauclair, Associate in Arts, posthumous. Associate of General Studies, posthumous. Veronica Becerra, Associate in Arts. Kevin Bello, Associate in Arts. Matthew Booth, Certificate of Competency. Coas Martini Britt, Certificate of Completion.
Yay, I finally finished my LPN program at Gateway Community College. Thank you to my husband for the support. I found great teacher and also found great friends. Thank you.
Christina Harris Britton, Associate in Applied Science.
I want to thank all my friends and family, which is basically my family, for this long road. But I did it.
Amy Brooks, First Place. Nicole Bryan, Associate in Applied Science. Berenice Bueno Rivera, Certificate of Completion. Katina Burns, Associate in Arts. Pete Burrell, Associate in Applied Science. Alejandro Calderon, Associate in Science. Jennifer Carreño Patino, Associate in Arts. Alexis Chapman, Certificate of Competency. Destiny Chavez Bustamante, Associate in Applied Science. Christopher Clark, Certificate of Competency. Corinthia Coleman, Certificate of Competency. Victoria Shea Cooper, Certificate of Competency.
No, are you like...
I had to wait over like 6 something.
Mariela Correa, Associate in Applied Science. Gonzalo Cortez Guerrero, Certificate of Completion. Renee Koss, Certificate of Competency. Jesus Cosio, Certificate of Competency. Benjamin Coyne, Associate in Applied Science. Tristan Crowley, Certificate of Competency. Miriam Cruz Hernandez, Certificate of Competency. Yomlim Kuan Angulo, Associate in Arts. Nicholas Culbertson, Certificate of Completion. Jackie Curtis, Certificate of Competency. Mohammed Dagan, Associate in Arts. Chantel D'Agostino, Certificate of Competency. Mariah Daigle, Associate in Applied Science. Maria De Leon, Certificate of Completion. Jessica DeLenala, Associate in Applied Science. Natalie Demara, Certificate of Competency. Wawa Diamond, Associate in Applied Science. Roberto Diaz, Associate in Applied Science. Crystal Diaz Medina, Certificate of Competency. Julio Diaz Solano, Certificate of Completion. Mackenzie Dolan, Certificate of Competency. Lucy Draper, Associate in Applied Science. Deanna Duarte, Associate in Applied Science. Ahmad Duker, Certificate of Competency. Samantha Duran, Certificate of Completion. Demetria Iger, Certificate of Competency. Aaron Ellis, Certificate of Competency. Kanye N. Graham, Associate in Arts. Deshawn Epps, Certificate of Competency. Miriam Escalante, Certificate of Competency. Nada Estrada, Associate in Arts. LaConnicky Evans, Associate in Applied Science. Paige Eversole, Certificate of Competency. Michelle Foston, Certificate of Completion. Millen Fees-Haschen, Associate in Applied Science. Veronica Fielder, Certificate of Competency. Landon Fitzgerald, Certificate of Competency. Sarah Fox, Certificate of Competency. Taylor Frederick, Certificate of Competency. Yodit Gaber, Associate in Applied Science. Daniel Gallardo, First Place. Jasmine Garcia, Associate in Applied Science. Ricardo Garcia, Certificate of Competency. Sarah Garcia, Certificate of Competency. Lilia Garcia, Certificate of Competency. Marisol Garcia Rojas, Certificate of Completion. Marisol Gastelum Elizalde, Certificate of Competency. Adrienne Gelhar, Associate in Arts. Hirat Jemida, Associate in Applied Science. Merhai Jarentz, Associate in Applied Science. Noor Ghazi, Certificate of Competency. Justin Gurman, Certificate of Competency. Wilhelmina Gizi, Associate in Arts. Kylene Galba, Certificate of Competency. Estefany Gonzalez Borjas, Certificate of Competency. San Juana Gonzalez, Certificate of Competency.
Class of 2021, yay! I made it!
Leah Grundman, Associate in Applied Science.
I'm so excited to start my new career as a registered nurse. Thank you everybody that helped me get through nursing school.
Gabriela Guerrero Osuna, Certificate of Competency. Viridiana Guevara, Certificate of Competency. Jacqueline Gutierrez Gonzalez, Associate in Arts. Heather Haas, Associate in Applied Science. Sarah Halstead, Certificate of Competency. Tori Hansen, Certificate of Completion. Lee Harju, Associate in Applied Science. Anna Lois Harper, Certificate of Competency. Evangeline Harris, Certificate of Completion. Alyssa Harris, Associate in Applied Science. Angela Harris, Certificate of Completion. Fatme Hamadai, Certificate of Competency. Monique Hernandez, Associate in Applied Science. Carla Hernandez, Associate in Arts. Mario Hernandez, Certificate of Completion. Elizabeth Hernandez Solis, Associate in Arts. Bridget Higgins, Certificate of Completion. Monica Hines, Certificate of Competency. Angel Hinojosa, Certificate of Completion. Aisha Hooks, Associate in Applied Science. April Houston, Certificate of Completion. Therese Hundelt, Associate in Applied Science. Vanessa Hurtado, Certificate of Competency. Sabrina Ibsen, Associate in Arts. Linda Ismail, Certificate of Competency. Alexander Jacobo, Certificate of Completion. Jenna Jacobs, Certificate of Competency. Brianna Jacobson, Associate in Applied Science. Raheem Jimail, Associate in Arts. Adalberto Jimenez, Associate in Applied Science. Kendra Jimenez, Associate in Applied Science. Isabel Jimenez, Certificate of Competency. Caitlin Johnson, Associate in Applied Science. Carissa Johnson, Associate in Applied Science. Johnny Johnson, Certificate of Completion. Victoria Johnson, Associate in Applied Science. Taylor Jones, Associate in Applied Science. Hector Jongwooded, Certificate of Completion. Caitlin Jordan, Associate in Applied Science. Ileana Juarez, Associate in Applied Science. Lajera Juarez, Associate in Arts. Rachel Caston, Associate in Applied Science. Jonathan K., General Education Certificate. Brianna Kidney, Associate in Applied Science. Nain Kimby, Associate in Applied Science.
Thank you, faculty, friends, and family, especially my husband and kids, for supporting me throughout this journey. It has been a wonderful experience, and I'm so proud of you. Love you.
Clarissa Kubat, Associate in Business. Michael Kutcher, Associate in Applied Science. Cynthia Landeros, Associate in Applied Science. Ulysses Romero, Associate in Science. Emily Limon, Associate in Arts. Kimberly Liston, Associate in Applied Science. Martin Layer, Associate in Applied Science. Saul Lopez, Certificate of Competency. Saul Lopez, Associate in Science. Jennifer Lopez Barrera, Associate in Applied Science. Brian Lopez Segala, Certificate of Competency. Katherine Watson, Associate in Applied Science. Alana Lamarck, Associate in Applied Science. Patrick Machuuki, Associate in Applied Science.
I'd like to thank my family, my kids, my wife for their support through this journey. I would like to thank the instructor at the medicine department at Bayfair and the nursing department.
Orion Millette, Certificate of Competency. Mades Marshall Mapillon, Certificate of Competency. Areli Martinez, Associate in Applied Science. Stacy Martinez, Associate in Applied Science. Cynthia Martinez, Associate in Applied Science. Rob Martinez, Associate in Applied Science. Barbara Martinez, Associate in Applied Science. Eric Martinez, Associate in Applied Science. Caleb Martinez Montez, Certificate of Competency. Regine Mask, Associate in Applied Science. Judith Matamoros Contreras, Associate in Applied Science. Akrian McDaniel, Associate in Applied Science. Kit Tanya McDonald, Associate in Arts. Ebony McFadden, Associate in Applied Science. Kaylee Meggers, Associate in Applied Science. Christian Mina, Certificate of Competency. Junissa Mendez, Certificate of Completion. Christopher Mendoza, Certificate of Completion. Anna Karen Mendoza Ramirez, Certificate of Completion. Frumanegstu, Certificate of Competency. Christian Miraz, Certificate of Completion. Bridget Messmer, Associate in Applied Science. Chelsea Messner, Associate in Arts. Brandon Metcalf, Associate in Arts.
I would like to thank my chosen family and all the people who stood by me through thick and thin. Thank you, I love you, I made it.
Kayla Meza, Certificate of Competency. Zachariah Mahamud, Associate in Arts. Albert Molina Grajeda, Associate in Arts. Jasmine Montgomery, Certificate of Competency. Alessandra Morphine, Associate in Science. Jackson Mortensen, Certificate of Competency. Nze Senga Muhire, Associate in Arts. Karen Mungia Aguilar, Associate in Arts. Samantha Andrada Muro, Associate in Applied Science. Daniel Newmark, First place. Tai Huyen Trang Nguyen. Certificate of Competency. Billy Nixon. Certificate of Completion. Adriana Ocampo. Associate in Applied Science. Jesus Ochoa. Associate in Applied Science. Priscilla Olivas. Certificate of Completion. Cynthia Olivas. Associate in Arts. Matthew Allerin. Associate in Applied Science. Victoria Oniga. Associate in Applied Science. Shayna Oppenheim. Associate in Applied Science. Ruby Ordinola. Certificate of Completion. Johanna Orozco. Certificate of Completion. Rochelle Orozco Acosta. Certificate of Completion. Amerini Orozco Para. Certificate of Completion. Andrew Parker. Certificate of Competency. Norma Para. Certificate of Completion. Andrea Para. Associate in Science. Aina Patel. Certificate of Completion. Jessica Perez. Associate in Arts. Cassie Perez. Certificate of Competency.
Believe in yourself, for your faith and your discipline will lead you to success.
Leandra Peterson. Certificate of Competency. Tawny Pham. Associate in Applied Science. Myrna Pineda Garcia. Certificate of Completion. Hannah Polonsky. Associate in Applied Science. Alexis Portillo. Associate in Arts. Albert Quesada. Certificate of Completion. Phyllis Quintana. Associate in Arts. Edgar Quintana Ramirez. Associate in Applied Science. Tao Quist. Associate in Applied Science. Brianna Rax. Associate in Applied Science. Anna Ramirez. Certificate of Competency. Anthony Ramos. Associate in Applied Science. Adriana Ramos. Certificate of Competency. Areli Ramos. Certificate of Competency. David Ramos Gonzalez. Associate in Arts. Rachel Redmond. Certificate of Completion. Jared Reeder. Certificate of Competency. Lamont Reese. Associate in Applied Science. Brisa Ratana Barrera. Associate in Arts.
Full of emotions at how grateful I am to be the first generation college student. Gracias a toda mi familia que estaba ahí para apoyarme. Los amo mucho.
Carlos Reyes. Certificate of Competency. Laura Reyes Call. Certificate of Competency. Manuel Reyna. Certificate of Completion.
I want to say thank you to my wife and my kids, to everyone who encouraged me to continue on. I did it!
Kelly Rios. Certificate of Completion. Jennifer Rivas, Associate in Applied Science. Yaneth Rivas Gomez, Certificate of Competency. Luis Rivero, Associate in Applied Science. Noemi Robles, Certificate of Competency. Flora Rubles Sita, Associate in Arts. David Rocha, Associate in Applied Science.
Class of 2021, let's go! Polysomnography.
Anita Rodriguez, Associate in Arts. Ixel Rodriguez Garcia, Certificate of Competency. Ramon Rodriguez Gasca, Associate in Science. Pablo Roman, Associate in Arts. Amy Ross, Associate in Arts.
I just want to thank all my family and friends for helping me through the journey of going through college. Yeah, I did it.
Kyan Roth, Associate in Applied Science. Derek Roth, First Place. Robert Rudders IV, Certificate of Competency. Monica Ruhel, Certificate of Completion.
Thank you, Jesus, and to my husband, my family, my friends, my coworkers, and my classmates, and to the scholarship committee. We did it.
Vianney Ruiz, Certificate of Completion. Jessica Ruiz Garola, Associate in Arts. Kai Sablin, Certificate of Competency. Jose Salazar, Certificate of Completion. Angel Salgado Mendoza, Associate in Arts. Jerez Samabi, Certificate of Competency. Catherine Samaniego Reyna, Associate in Arts. David Sanchez, Certificate of Competency. Savannah Sandoval, Associate in Applied Science. Jesus Sandoval, Certificate of Competency. Rebecca Sandoval, Certificate of Competency. Evelyn Santhibanas Salazar, Associate in Arts. Sarah Sattler, Associate in Arts.
Girl, don't do it. It's not worth it. I'm not gonna do it, girl. I was just thinking about it. I'm not gonna do it. I did it.
Lisa Schilling, Associate in Applied Science. Carter Schmidt, Certificate of Competency. Stephanie Allison Scott, Associate in Applied Science. Muse, Associate in Arts. Melody Segura, Certificate of Completion. Athra Shamoon, Associate in Applied Science. Alicia Simons, Associate in Applied Science. Danielle Sims Radcliffe, Certificate of Completion. Kevin Smith, Associate in Applied Science. Christina Smith, Associate in Applied Science. Tiffany Smith, Certificate of Completion. Madison Smith, Certificate of Competency. Saria Sorthefarak, Certificate of Competency. Eduardo Sosa, Certificate of Completion. Yamileth Soto, Certificate of Competency. Malachi Susi, Associate in Arts. Johnny Sparks, Certificate of Competency. Cassandra Spicer, Associate in Applied Science. Ebony Stewart, Associate in Arts. Jessica Suarez, Certificate of Completion. Elizabeth Sutton, Certificate of Completion. Jessica Tafoya, Certificate of Competency. Abel Tapia, Certificate of Competency. Christina Tejeda Larios, Certificate of Competency. Marixa Terrazas, Associate in Applied Science.
Thank you to my family for being my support through these 2 years, and thank you to all my teachers. I couldn't have done it without you all.
Daniel Tesfamariam, Certificate of Completion. Jedediah Timmerman, Associate in Applied Science. Arleth Torres Juarez, Certificate of Completion. Carla Tran, Certificate of Competency. Kevin Trejo Lizania, Associate in Arts. Elizabeth Trazo, Certificate of Completion. Shabnam Tuhin, Certificate of Completion.
Yes, I did it.
Sydney Turner, Associate in Applied Science. Brandon Tuxtla Garcia, Certificate of Competency. Michaela Ushvat, Certificate of Completion.
I want to thank Jesus Christ for leading me and guiding me. I just want to thank my wonderful teachers and Sherry. And I really liked OB because I'm expecting.
Crystal Valdez, Certificate of Competency. Melina Navarro Valenzuela, Associate in Applied Science. Tiara Van Ort, Associate in Applied Science. Jonna Mae Vargas, Associate in Applied Science. Erica Vasquez, Certificate of Competency.
Congratulations to Class 2021, we did it.
Guillermo Vasquez Gonzalez, Associate in Applied Science.
I'd like to thank God for the blessing of graduating, and to my wife and kids, thank you. I love you for the support. We did it! Woo!
Johnny Vehar, Certificate of Competency. Liliana Velasquez, Associate in Applied Science. Giovanna Velasquez, Associate in Applied Science. Anissa Villa, Associate in Applied Science. Diane Wasley, first place. Lynn Wasley, first place. Tikara Waters, Associate in Applied Science.
Hard work, plus patience. Some more my sacrifice. I'm done waiting. Talked you that I wasn't playing. Now you hear what I've been saying.
Tara Wenzel, Associate in Applied Science. Jessica Westfall, Certificate of Completion. Stephanie Willis, Associate in Applied Science. Nika Reyes, Associate in Applied Science. Zachary Wright, Certificate of Competency. Myra Yanez Fernandez, Associate in Arts. Miranda Yost, Certificate of Completion. Jamal Young, Certificate of Completion. Christian Young, Certificate of Completion. Daniel Zacher, first place. Jennifer Zasueda Robles, General Education Certificate. Brianna Zapata, Certificate of Competency. Paul Fairbanks, first place.
Now, to all students graduating with a certificate and/or an associate's degree. With the recommendation of Gateway faculty and instructors, it is my privilege to confer upon you the Gateway Community College Certificate of Completion, the Certificate of Competency, and the associate degree. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2021. You should all be very proud of your accomplishments. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Graduates who are with us today virtually, you may move your tassels to the left. I am proud to honor the Gateway Community College graduating class of 2021.